This is the Jenny Chisom Show.
Hello, welcome back to the Jenny Chisom Show. My name is Jenny Chisom, your host right here on the Only Men Talk Show, and of course, in my own eyes, my opinion show. I'm here to bring you another fantastic episode about something that really, changed the way I think about men empowerment and even development and value system. I was sitting back and I've always been wondering, how there are a lot of things that are sold to men, about masculinity, which are really not right. There are lots of myths around masculinity, and it has ruled a lot of things about how boys and men grow up, and how they act towards their career, how they act towards women, how they act towards culture, tradition, education, and everything. And so I was thinking, okay, a man should be able to live by a set of rules, and I know I have fantastic mentors like the fella Toye, who are also I'm on his network, and I know we have 10 value systems for a true Nigerian. And I was thinking, okay, why not? I could create something like that. So expo. So, well, I sat down one fantastic Sunday morning that I wasn't able to go to church, just like an eureka moment around 10:42 a.m. or so. And then, this what I call it, like anointing just practically fell on me. And I just saw myself writing down these codes that have become so amazing. And the men in the League of Extraordinary Men on Facebook are like, wow, Jenny, how did you get this inspiration? So I want to share that with you right away. And number one on that list, I'm going to read through my through the 12 codes. Mine is not 10, mine is 12. Or rather, it's not mine really, my gift to the world. I mean, every man who abides by these codes, trust me, are going to become fantastic and successful. So he's going to unlearn and relearn and learn those things that are better to make him a step further from his father, from the other generation, from his mates even. So sit back and listen. Number one says, I am a man made in the likeness of God. Therefore, God is my source. And, did I say source? No. I am a man made in the image and likeness of God. Therefore, God is my boss. Yes. For every man, God is your boss. It doesn't matter who you ascribe that God to be. I'm not talking religion here. I'm just saying for every man who must have direction, must acknowledge that there's a God somewhere who is in charge of him. Number two, I acknowledge that I am a human spirit, and that is important. I'm blessed with a will to choose right from wrong, but I choose to live right. Yeah. If you're going to be a man that will make things happen, you have to understand that you're not male first, you're human first. You're a human spirit. And that spirit part is even very interesting, because a human spirit means you're not what you feel, you're not what you see. The real you is not this flesh. So therefore, because you have the will to also choose right and wrong, you have to decide to choose right. Yeah, that's number two code. Number three says, I wake up every day with a purpose to care for, lead, and inspire people in my immediate environment and those also in the jurisdiction of my purpose. You wake up every day to care, to lead, and to inspire people in your immediate environment and those within the scope, of your purpose. And you must understand your purpose to understand the other part of your assignment. Number four says, I am neither weak, undisciplined, poor, clueless, or in the number of men society is trying to fix. You're not that man who is weak. You're not that man who is undisciplined. You're not that man that is poor. You're not that man that is totally clueless. And you're not in that number that society is fighting every day to help, doing campaigns to rehabilitate. No, you're not that man. And trust me, it doesn't matter where you are right now in the course of life, you are not that man. You gotta believe it. Number five code says, I can do all things in moderation because I'm a leader, committed to being an example at all times. Yes, you can do all things. Nothing rules you. Everything in moderation. Nothing takes over you. Nothing takes you by chance. You decide to do what you have to do. You're in charge of your being. That's the man you are. Number 6 says, I have a lifespan that guides my choices, goals, jobs, earnings, and relationships with others. And I commit to it daily. You commit to it daily. Conscious that I'm accountable to my boss. You remember the first one says I'm a man made in God's image, and I'm, and accountable to my boss. So you have to know that. Number 7 code says, I commit, that is if I decide to marry, to raise a family that will be a solution to our world. I will show them how to earn honest living, live fit and healthy, love God and exude love at all times. That's the kind of family you are going to build. Trust me, that's who you are. You have the capacity to do it. Number 8 code is, I am conscious not to repeat the mistakes of men I watched growing up. And I commit to mentoring younger men too. No way. The mistakes you saw men go through in their lives, in their careers, in their choices, in their marriages, you cannot repeat it. You're not that man that's going to repeat that cycle. No way. Your kids, your children are not going to grow up asking, my father, failed us. No, you're not that man. You are going to be better than the men you saw growing up. You're going to be better than people even in your generation who don't think they can learn. Number 9 says, this one is really tricky. 9 says, money, women, alcohol, and reputation do not have me in bondage. I live my life free from inordinate pressures because at all times I'm in charge. Money can never put you in bondage. Women, alcohol, that's reputation about who I am, what I have to be, I have to show them. They don't have you in bondage. You are in charge of who you are at all times. I'm going to bring you the other 4 codes in the next episode. You see why you don't need to miss it? Thank you for listening. Make sure you follow me on Jenny Chisom blog on all social media platforms, and do subscribe to this video. So much more are coming. See you next week.